I'm Huples Kittens. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve. I just want to talk about New Year's resolutions. Are they any use? My hike today is in downtown Whitby, Ontario. I'm starting at Brock-on-Trent Street and I'm heading west. Come along and we'll talk about New Year's resolutions. I don't know if squirrels make them. That could make a great resolution. Add to the beauty of your neighbourhood this year. I've arrived at the Henry Street School. In October 2022 I made a resolution to walk an hour or more every day. For a while I had a streak going. I don't anymore. There's been 2 days where I didn't do more than half an hour's walking, and maybe 3 days where I only did about 40 minutes walking. Life gets in the way of those types of resolutions. But what it did was focus me, which is why I'm out today, the day before New Year's Eve, having a decent walk. Kitty's already had hers, and it's making me feel a lot better. But what about New Year's resolutions? Are they any use? Quite cold in the wind. What is known is that negative resolutions fail. So a negative resolution is like lose weight or drink less or smoke less or whatever it is. It's all a negative thing. You're trying to remove something but you're not actually making anything positive as a gain. Even worse, in the examples I gave them are classic examples, you don't have a goal-orientated resolution. For example, I want to be fitter. Well, how? What are you going to do? Well, I'm going to try harder. That's probably not going to work. But if you have a resolution like I will walk for 15 minutes or I will walk for half an hour each and every day, and do that pretty much every day you possibly can, and if you miss a day, be upset about it and make sure you do it the next day. That gives you an action plan. Today when you wake up, you have to walk 15 minutes. Tomorrow you have to walk 15 minutes. And gradually your fitness goal to get fitter will occur because you're doing actions that are specific to get fitter. This is true if you want to lose weight. I want to eat less is never going to work. What you need to do is think about what you are eating and what you're burning to get rid of it. So the goal could be something simple, like after 8 o'clock I will no longer eat. So your goal needs to be action oriented and specific. For example, after 8 p.m. I will not eat any calories or drink any calories. That's a very specific goal. You may not be able to do it, but at least the goal is there and you can't really argue with yourself or make excuses. You either make that goal or you don't. What about New Year's resolutions? So in terms of New Year's resolutions, certainly the ones that can be difficult to do, the behavioural modification ones, like smoke less, drink less, eat less, exercise more. It's going to be much more beneficial to you if you actually started those routines and those resolutions 2 weeks before Christmas. Doing it after indulging and overindulging during the holiday season isn't the best time to do it. It's psychologically where we feel kind of fed up of ourselves and we want to do something. But if we'd started it before the Christmas season and maintained it mostly as far as we could through the Christmas season and New Year season, you'll find that the resolution to keep going in January, February, March will be much stronger. So whether you made a New Year's resolution or not, if it's not working out for you, give up on it and pick another date like the 31st of January or the 10th of February, any date at all. Write out the plan, write it out clearly, have discrete action goals to achieve it, and then get on with it. And when you don't manage to do it, have a past day. Go at it the next day. So if your plan is to reduce or stop smoking or reduce or stop drinking or stop eating fast food or reduce it, figure out how much you spend a week on it normally, and then put that money aside. But don't just put it aside and accumulate it. Have specific goals. For example, when I get to $25, I'm going to buy a pair of socks. Or when I get to $100, I'm going to buy a second-hand guitar. Whatever it is, when you are saving the money by not doing the thing you're trying not to do, but you have an action and a reward that's clear and written down, it's going to be a lot easier to stick to it when you wobble. And you'll wobble. This is Dundas, one of the busiest roads in Whitby. But hopefully I won't be on it for long because there should be a trail system just over there that should take me quite a bit north. Let's go along and find it. And if it's activity based, pick the activities that get you out in nature and don't cost anything to do. Whatever the resolution is, try and make it flexible. For example, my goal was to walk an hour or more a day. A couple of the days over the last year and a bit I haven't been able to do it. A couple of days I haven't been able to do it as much as I wanted. But mostly I've been out here doing stuff. One of the keys is to entertain your brain. I think there's a gentleman in the United States that drives to a track and walks around a track with a big pack to get ready for a disaster. That's not actually very effective because tracks are flat and you'd be much better off cycling or walking to the track, because when you have to add a complexity to achieve the resolution, it's easy to fail it. One of the other things I love to do is explore. I've always liked exploring. I don't like to do the same things over and over. Perhaps you do. One of the best geriatric runners in Canada, in fact in the world, he runs the same route every day in a cemetery in Toronto. I've ran it with him a couple of times. I couldn't do that. I'd go crazy. So you have to pick something that you're going to enjoy day in, day out. Try to get outside as much as you can. It's good for you. Let's go north. In Canada, most small towns and cities have areas like this. The reason this is even here is because of the river over there. This is a floodplain. It's not a good idea to build in floodplains. And because I don't have a map, and because I don't have a cell phone on me, I'm not sure which way to go. So I'm going to go this way and take the risk of dead ending. I'm not time pressured, and if I have to retrace my steps, I get to appreciate it from a different angle. This is only my third trip to Whitby, so it's the first time I've ever been here. But if I come again, I'll come back and I'll take some of the side paths. So I've dead-ended here, but I'm going to carry on anyway, and I'm going to bear that way to see if I can intersect with the other path. Alright, I'm going to head back and try the other path. But it's a nice walk. Tiny little rapids, kind of fun. The noise level in a place like this is absolutely terrible when you're not used to it. Constant cars, constant planes. Another 3 days I'll be back in my forest. Well, that's the end of my walk. So make resolutions that are going to improve the quality of your life. Have definite action plans written down. They don't have to be big, they don't have to be complicated. In fact, the smaller and the easier they are to do, the better. Try and make them flexible. Try and make it stuff you like doing. For example, if you want to get fitter in 2024, figure out ways you can do it every day and gradually increase your fitness. Don't set unrealistic goals. I like walking for walking's sake, but you could always walk to take photographs of interesting buildings. You could always walk to take photographs of interesting things around the buildings. And you could also walk and take photographs of nature. Pick something you like doing and do it. Try not to be bound by the 1st of January, or your birthday, or your wedding anniversary, or whatever it is. Pick a goal. Have a date, get ready for it, and do it. Make it fun. And be really flexible in it. Enjoy it. For example, at certain parts of the year, I cannot walk an hour a day. I have to snowshoe. If you pick swimming, can you swim year-round? What do you do if you go on holiday or you travel for business? Can you get to a swimming pool? Plan on swimming every day you can, but be flexible. Have a backup plan. You're going to walk instead if you have to? But the single best resolution I ever made, and it wasn't a New Year's resolution, was sometime in the late part of 2022. When I found myself off-grid in a house that wasn't functional or finished, feeling a little bit blue because I'd retired from work. I made a resolution that each and every day I would do something that would improve the quality of my and Kitty's life. And generally speaking, pretty much every day I've done so. It can be very non-challenging, like making a fire start out of an old toilet roll and spare paper, or it can be rebuilding a ramp to a barn. Whatever it is, think about what you can do every day that will actually improve the quality of your life. If you run out of ideas, and you probably won't if you're committed to this, you can of course just rearrange your living space and clean it very well. It's amazing how refreshing changing your living space can be. We humans are creatures of habit. We walk the same routes, we drive the same routes, we stop at the same Starbucks, and by the way, you should never drink at Starbucks again. They're on the boycott list. It's unhealthy. And it's ridiculously expensive. So just pick something and do it. And do it in ways that's going to improve your life and improve the life of the people that are dear to you and near to you. For example, plan on carrying a plastic bag and a pair of gloves and picking up trash if you live in an urban environment like this on each and every walk. Make it a competition with yourself. Can you actually find beer and alcohol if there's deposit on them and get some cash from your walking? Can you find cash on the floor? You'll be surprised what you can do to make each and every activity an adventure. So that's it from me, Huples Cat. I wish you all a very, very merry and happy Christmas 2024, because we have that to look forward to. It's coming soon. Start shopping now. And make sure that you have quality in your life, and that every day you seek to improve that quality in tiny ways. Get out there, get in there, and fix what's wrong with your life. Everybody has things they don't like doing. Everybody has to do some things they don't like doing. If you're spending a lot of time flicking through Netflix, desperate to find something from the dross to watch, perhaps it would be better not to turn Netflix on, but to use social media for what it's for, and actually find a list of films that you might want to see that are on Netflix. Turn Netflix on. Don't look at the suggested, and go to search and type that in and give it a try. But again, watch different films from what you normally would watch. Give yourself variety. Humans crave variety, but we tend to do the same things over and over. And then we go on holiday and we don't really do much. We just drink and eat and laze around and walk around taking photographs that everybody else is taking. We don't go off the beaten path. We don't stress ourselves. We don't take risks. It's a huge pity. Don't use New Year's resolutions as an excuse for not doing positive changes in your life. Feel free to give me a subscription if you like. That would be positive for me and maybe positive for you. Doodles. Oh yeah, I'm going back the same way I came. I'm going to see it from a different angle. I've really liked this walk. It's been kind of fun. This has been one of the last 2023 Tiny Terrier productions. Wolfie wishes you a happy new year.